Hi everybody, welcome back to my next live stream. I'm just finding you all on here and so that I can see comments as you all join. Okay, great, I found you all, which is good news. So welcome to my next live stream. This is probably one of my last live streams of 2022. If you've not watched me before, my name is Stacey Marsh and I'm a demonstrator for Stampin' Up here in the UK of December, so we're 4 days away. How are you all doing? Are you all calm? Are you all stressed? Are you all ready? Are you panicking? Let me know in the chat how you're all doing. We are practically ready. We've got a few more things to sort out, a few more people to see, to drop off presents. But yeah, we're getting there. The children are getting quite excited, so I'm trying to keep them as calm as possible with lots of film sessions and lots of calmness. Sometimes it's easier said than done though, isn't it? So tonight I thought I would share with you a project that I made during this week's coffee and card, and it's a really fun, really nice gift card holder. Just hope I can remember how to make it and say them slowly as we craft or as I make it, and we'll go from there. If anyone has any questions about anything that I'm doing, please pop them in the chat. I've got you all here on my phone so I can hopefully keep up. And as always, all of these products are available to purchase from my online store, which you can find in the link in the description. If you've not joined me before, don't forget to hit subscribe and you'll see all future tutorials from me and notifications of when I will be live next. So that is pretty much my little opening. Just be mindful that because we're coming to the end of the mini catalogue, some of the items I'm using have already sold out. I'm not quite sure which ones have, but you can always check that on the Stampin' Up website. So let's make a little start. Okay, so you can now all see my desk, which is lovely. I've given us some nice Christmas grid paper today, and I'm just going to sort out some of the ratios here. That's a little bit better. For some reason I'm not filming in widescreen, which I have no idea about, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. Okay, so Debbie's put she's pretty much calm. That's good. Still waiting for a couple of presents to arrive. Oh gosh, so many people seem to have presents lost somewhere in the post or just delayed because lots of people have obviously ordered online this year. So this is the card that I am going to show you tonight. It's quite a simple looking card from the outside, and I actually designed this for this week's coffee and card, my last coffee and card of 2022. And it went down a real treat actually. One of my ladies said, oh, can we make a gift card holder? I've got a couple of gift cards to send, and it's always nice to put them in something a little bit special. So this is the gift card holder that I designed. It was actually cased from my upline Michelle last, but the design on the outside is all me. So it opens like this, and as you open it up, you've got a little gift bag inside that you can pop your gift card in, and it folds almost flat, I would say. You've got a little sort of domed shape to it, but that means that everything just sits in there quite nicely. And then that will just go in a regular envelope and you can post that. If you're going to pop it through the mail, which I doubt many of you will do now, you just need to make sure you add on extra for postage because it's quite chunky, or it would look lovely, obviously hand delivered to someone. So let's make a little start on this, and I'm going to try and remember my measurements. So I've got my trimmer. I've got a brand new trimmer. This is the first time I've used my trimmer this evening, which is always quite worrying just in case something goes wrong, but I'm hoping it won't. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to cut my card base. Okay, so this is a sheet of A4 and it's just ever so slightly shorter. Okay, so first of all I'm going to pop it in my trimmer and I'm going to line it up at 14.9 centimetres. Yes, that's right. So 14.9. Okay. or if I get a spare moment, can I advise of my online colouring classes? I sure can. I'll go through those once I've done my measurements for this for you, okay? So I'm just going to work out what they now look like. So I've got 3, I've got, no, I'm lying to you all, I've got, turn it around the right way, we might get somewhere. I've got 10.5 and I've got 21, and the piece of card is 24 centimetres long. So let's cut our 24 centimetre length. Oh, it's cutting like butter. So here I'm going to use my scorer now, which is my light blade. So I'm going to score at half and at 21 centimetres. Okay, so that gives us our little card base, and I'm going to put that to one side. Now the piece that we need to make is this piece on the inside, and we need to make it so that it looks like that. Okay, and this is where the fun bit starts. So I'm going to need some grey card. This is grey granite card. I actually prefer grey granite card to smoky slate. I find that it's just a little bit more easy on my eyes. Okay, where are you? Here are my measurements. Right, put my bit of scrap back in the pack. By 27.5 centimetres. And this is where we need to do some scoring now. So we're going to score at 1.5 here. So I'm going to start over here. And always remember to, I've got 13 centimetres. I've got 14.5 centimetres. Which is there. And then I've got 26 centimetres. Okay, so I will put all of these measurements up in the post afterwards. And now we need to do a score line here, which is the base of our box, of our bags. I'm going to line it up at 1.5 centimetres and score all the way. So that's my scoring and my cutting done for the moment. Let's go back to my video. Okay. Hi, Nicola. Thanks for joining us. Oh, joining whilst travelling between shops. You're still shopping. Oh my gosh. And only 3 more shopping days. Yes. And evening to my mummy. So evening, mama. So what I'm going to do now is give these edges a really nice crease. Now, when you're doing any 3D item or fancy fold, the best advice I can give you is to really make sure your score lines are super crisp. Okay, so really do work them, go over them quite a lot, especially if you're using card. If you're using designer series paper, be a bit more gentle, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to tear your paper. So I've gone over all of my score lines there, and then I'm going to fold this one up. So now we need to do a little bit of cutting, and this is where your snips are really important. So I'm going to cut this little section off here, and I'm going to angle my corners ever so slightly. I find that it just leads to a bit of a neater finish. And then I'm going to cut this one off here, and then do the same on this one. And I'm trimming that off a little bit as well. Okay. So we now have our piece that resembles our template, which is always nice when they look the same. So let's turn that over, and we need to cut out. And you want to line up this edge and this edge here. So you want to make sure that your bag section, all your score lines match. And then I'm going to use this little friend. This is a crocodile. It's really old. It's a We Are memory cake. My holes so that they're roughly in the centre of my bag, and so we now know that our holes of our bag are symmetrical, they're going to sit in the same place, and then we can, the idea being that this then becomes our little gift bag, like so. Using some of the metallic thread, now I've only got gold left, so it keeps its shape, which is really good for this design. So that's my template, and this is my original. So what I'm doing is I am pulling that through to one side. I'm pulling my end a little knot and pull that nice and tight. Okay. Now to keep that in place, because it's going to move around a lot, we're going to use a glue dot. And I'm going to push that knot into the glue dot, and we're going to repeat on this side. And then repeat with your glue dot. And there we have it. We're going to work on our card. Can't really see it too much on here, but this card has got some nice detail. Not sure if it's still available or if it's sold out, but for those of you who would like to know, it is the Whimsical Woodland 3D embossing fold here. So let's give this a nice little fold, like so. Okay, so what we want to do is, this card opened the wrong way. That happened by accident, but I quite like it that it opened in a different way. So if I open this up like so, I've got my largest panel on the right. So we have it like so. Make sure it's centered. And I'm going to run that through my diamond. See that? But it's there. It's come out the right way, which is always nice. Now, what I love about this embossing folder is you've got a really nice embossed side, and you've got an even lovelier debossed side. Okay, so with the debossed side, I actually quite like the debossed side. If I want the debossed, it will open like a normal card, but if I want the embossed side, it's going to open backwards. Okay, so let's just open that up, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to put in our bag. So the first thing we need to do is we need to close this bag. So this panel here, you've got your two panels at this end and you've got your single panel this end. You're going to fold it round and you're going to tuck this single panel into the centre of that double panel. What that does is that means that you can't see any of your edges. If you do it the other way around and you tuck it inside, you can see that little, you can see the edge. So it's just a neater way of putting it together. So just to recap, you're going to tick that inside. So you want your double-sided tape to go on the inside of your single panel. So I'm just going to tear off myself a little bit of tear tape. When you're doing a 3D item, I always recommend using tear tape or Seal Plus, because then you get a really strong adhesive and it's less messy than wet glue as well. So you're going to line up your top edges, and then you're going to fold those two V's inside the card. Okay. Now we are going to put tear and tape on one edge here. So that's going to go just there. Take that off. And then you're going to lay the edge of your gift bag, and you're going to lay that so it lines up with the fold of your card, and then you're going to bring this over, and then you're going to, it'll be stuck to that side, so you're then going to bring in some more tear and tape, and then you're going to add it to this panel this side. Okay, and then again you're just going to bring this panel over, and then when you open the card you've then got your gift bag that stands up like so. So that is the basis of that card, but now obviously we need to do some decorating. So I have here, I have a rectangle that I've already cut out of grey granite cardstock, and I'm going to use this really nice sentiment, Joyful Wishes, and that's from the Joyful Flurry stamp set. And we're going to emboss this in white embossing powder. Let's give this a nice little press over with our embossing buddy. This is going up in the right hand corner. If you wanted to keep it even more simple, you could get a sentiment that fills that whole panel. I'm just going for a partial side. And then we'll heat that with our heat tool. So that's nicely set now. And then I want a couple of trees. So these trees here are cut from the Tree Lot dies, which were a celebration item back in August. Was it August? Let's see if I've got them here. Tree Lot dies. And I'm just going to cut these out of some green cards. So these are really nice layering dies. If you didn't get these, they occasionally pop up on eBay or some of the selling sites. If you're desperate for them, I'm sure you will be able to find them. I love mine, so I won't be parting with them. I'm going to cut these out of this nice piece of soft seafoam card. Let's have a look now. So we have one tree outline. We have a detailed tree. Yeah. So I'm just going to be really careful with how this comes out, because what I like to do with these dies is keep in some of the detail. I don't want to have it all out. Just adds to the texture that you get in your die. So now we've done that, we're going to take our die and we want a little bit of wet glue. which seems to have gone walkabouts. Let's just grab a new one. I do love opening a new glue. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of wet glue here and there. And then this is going to get layered over the top of my outline. Okay. So that now looks like that. And I'm going to stick this down so that it's flat on my label. And then with my little one I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to stick that down with a foam. Now that's a really nice little panel that you can use as a card topper, and then this is going to go in the centre of my card. But what we want to do, because we want this flap to stick underneath, we're going to add our detail with some more dimensionals. So that it's roughly in the centre. Now what we need to do next is we want to add our little bit of ribbon, and I've used some of the white glittered organdy ribbon, which is really, really pretty. It's a white sheer ribbon and it's got this really lovely sparkle to it there. You can just see that there. It's really nice. It's got an iridescent sparkle, so it's perfect for using at Christmas. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to fold it down. Real technical language I'm using, aren't I? Now I want to close my card, tuck that over because I want to gauge where the bow needs to sit. Oh, hi Gina! Thanks for joining us. Just making this really cute little gift card holder. And then trim off those little tails so that they're roughly the same length. So there we have our little bow. So it's coming together nicely. All we've got now is our inner detail. So I've just added It's a Season of Magic and Wonder. Now I don't have these dies with me to hand, so I'm just going to stamp the sentiment in there, which I probably should have done before we did anything else. So let's try and do it, shall we? I've got my stamp set here. It's a Season of Magic and Wonder. And this is being stamped in basic grey ink, which is one of my favourite colours to stamp in. So I'm going to put that up the edge of my block. I'm going to try and do some straight stamping in an unconventional way. Oh, you've wanted to make a card like this? Wow, lovely. I'm going to put the measurements up afterwards just in case they weren't very clear when I was talking. So I'm going to put this just in the centre. Oh, perfect. I'm really happy with that. So there we have our nice little gift bag pop-up card. Just lost a piece. With our subtle Christmas design on the front. I'm really, really pleased with that. The ladies that made it on Monday were also quite chuffed with it, which is always lovely to hear. And this is one of those designs, again, perfect for any occasion. You can really make it your own style. You can use DSP. I've used thin white card just because the card, it's got quite a lot going on in terms of the inside, so I didn't really want to bulk it out too much. I've just used regular white card and there we have it. That is my card all finished for you. I did make another card on Monday. We had a bonus double card coffee and card session. This was the second card that we made, and this was cased from a demonstrator in America. I only know her first name is Jamie, but you'll find her with Stamp It with Jamie on Instagram is her handle. And this is using something that's brand new. This is using the new country, I think it's country bouquet set that comes with a punch and a stamp set. And this is a really simple little pocket style card holder. I'm not going to show that one tonight because we're running out of time, but I may share that with you in the future. So that's it from me. I'm just going to come back to you all now so you can see me again. Hi everyone. So thank you so much for following along with that with me. It was always really nice to craft with you and show you something that you may not have seen before. You may have seen it, you may have made it, but I myself have not made one of those before, so it was a really nice card to share with my ladies on Monday. So just going back to the chat quickly, someone asked about my colouring online classes. So from January, I am going to be offering a Friday night colouring class. I think there's going to be 6 throughout the year, so almost every other month. The idea of this is I will pick a stamp set, and it will be a stamp set that is very much focused around colouring techniques. So the stamp set that I've chosen for January, if I can find it, is not on my desk. I don't know where that's gone. This is the thing, people come into my craft room and move things, but it is, 2 seconds, it is a stamp set with a cat on it that I made with you all last week. So I think it's the Best Year stamp set or Best Day stamp set. It's got this little image on it, and it's got a birthday cake image on it. So this stamp set I will be using to make 3 cards, not cars. And in the kit you will get everything you need to make the 3 cards, and then it'll be an online class. So I'll be offering it through Zoom, and you can either join me live or you can watch back at a later date and follow the instructions that I send out with the kits. And I'll just show you a few different ways that you can use the stamp set, a few different ways to colour. January's class will be predominantly used with the Stampin' blends, so these pens that come in the 2 tones, you get the light tone and the dark tone, and it's going to be lots of fun. Prices start at £10, and you can add in the stamp set, or if you're already a demonstrator you can of course buy the stamp set and buy it at a discount and help towards your minimums. So there's more information on that on my Facebook page, and I'll be sending out more information on that on my mailing list in the next day or so. Booking closes on the 1st of January, and the first one takes place on Friday the 20th of January. Sadly it's only available to those in the UK for a kit, but if you did want to join from overseas, just send me a message and we'll find out a way of making that work. So that's it from me, guys. It's my last live before Christmas. I don't plan on being live with you between Christmas and New Year. So my next event will be my launch on the, let me have a look, on Saturday the 7th of January. And I'll be sharing more about that in the next few days as well. So have a lovely, lovely Christmas, everybody. If you're watching on replay, I hope you had a nice Christmas. And again, if you wanted to purchase any of the supplies I've used, you can do that over at my online store, and the link for that is in the description. So have a great Christmas, everybody, and I will look forward to crafting with you all in the new year. Bye for now.